I keep finding myself deleting my videos. And the only reason I keep finding myself deleting my videos because at one point in time I felt like you got to come politically correct. You got to come correct. You got to come right with how you putting these messages out. But at the end of the day, man, my videos don't need to be perfect. I'm not on here trying to get clout off of the videos I make. I'm not trying to get attention off the videos I make. I'm not trying to do none of that. The only thing that I'm really trying to bring to pass is the fact that I appreciate life on a serious level. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I was saying before I deleted my last video, as long as I think about what we done been through as a whole, in a whole, as people, you understand what I'm saying? I realize that every last one of us done took a loss. You feel me? And I respect life, because if it weren't for life teaching me the lessons in which it taught me, I wouldn't be where I am today, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Though my physical may seem broke down to many people, but my mental is highly elevated. You understand what I'm saying? But I know and I understand that the only reason my physical is in the condition which is because I stress myself to drastic measures, because I refuse to settle for less. You understand what I'm saying? I refuse to be somebody who don't appreciate life, knowing that life don't gave me everything that I stand for this very day. You understand what I'm saying? Some of us go through trials and tribulations, and those trials and tribulations, they break us. But I'm here to tell you that some of us go through those trials and tribulations just to make us. I'm here to tell you that you won't find yourself or God until you find yourself at the bottom of the barrel. It's where you find yourself at the bottom of the barrel that you realize that once you hit rock bottom, you have nowhere else to go. You understand what I'm saying? Once you at the most critical condition in your life, where you don't see no way out, where you have lost all hope, all faith, it seems like something continues to keep you going for some reason, and you don't question it, because you then start to understand it, and you start to, you know what I'm saying, understand it and understand it. So then you begin to be one of these individuals who say, well, after all of the time that you was in doubt, after all the trials and tribulations that you have been through, you still realize that you still here. So instead of you going against the grain, you then start to go with the flow. You understand what I'm saying? See, I'm here to tell y'all that a lot of y'all used to get on Facebook and everything was happy-go-lucky. You had no morals for life. You had no respect for persons other than yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all had no heart. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you were cold-hearted out here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a heart, but y'all don't use it. So a lot of y'all was cold-hearted. Through the past years, and I'm going to say the last 3 years, God done woke a lot of y'all up. And I do thank God for allowing me to have the mentality and the mind frame to be able to speak on the things in which we all see. I say, do your eyes that you use daily not deceive you, yet you love and lust the things in which you know that you see are not good for you. You understand what I'm saying? So through the past few years, God done started waking y'all up. See, a lot of y'all, you ain't never took this type of loss. You ain't never lost this person. You ain't never lost that crib. You ain't never lost this possession. You ain't never lost nothing that you starting to lose. So it's starting to affect you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Things that used to be expressed on the inside are no longer being hidden anymore, because shit has been manifested on the outside. If you broken on the inside, now it's no longer being something that people can't tell no more. No, they can see it. You feel me? So they see how you're moving. They see how you operate. They see how you feeling. They see why you in the situations and the predicaments in which you are in, but you ain't understood yet. See, some of y'all just getting to that time of understanding. You know what I'm saying? I really now am starting to understand why I care about people the way I care about people. I'm really now starting to understand why I take time to understand people, you know what I'm saying, the way I understand them. Because before, I never used to do that. Before, I never used to step outside my comfort zone. Before, I never used to give a damn what everybody else was going through. But now, I'm starting to figure out and find out that, damn it, I better start giving people their flowers while they're here, because when they leave, ain't no point in me doing so. Some of y'all say you got to fake it till you make it. I ain't trying to be funny. I don't need no fake friends around me. I don't need no fake family around me. I don't need no fake support around me. And if I do got that around me, I ask God to remove them from around the boundaries of my borders. You feel me? Only because I realize that energy is something that's going to be manifested to cause a trend. So therefore, if you got fake family, fake friends, fake whoever in your life, then at the end of the day, those who are around you, they going to think that it's cool to be fake. And at the end of the day, those who coming up, that's seeing as children coming up under those fake individuals, they're going to want to be fake just like them. So God don't start waking some of y'all up. We don't start at all taking loss. Instead of you looking at me on Facebook talking about the family members in which I lost, some of y'all started feeling the same way I was feeling. But you ain't want to accept it. You ain't want to understand it, overstand it, and understand it for what it really was and what was God trying to bring past. God said, well, you know what? I got to show you something. You got one brother over here that y'all ain't paying no attention to that's speaking reality. And though y'all want to ignore it, though y'all think it ain't real, though y'all want to bypass it, though you want to criticize him, though you want to crucify him just like y'all did Christ. You crucify me for speaking truths. You crucify me for coming at y'all direct. You crucify me for being honest and coming with the truth and honesty of God's geometry. But at the end of the day, God said, well, you know what? You mocked them. You were scoffers. But at the end of the day, now I'm going to mock you. I'm going to make sure I mock you to the highest ability that I can. And when I do, you're going to know it ain't him that you know what I mean? It ain't him that you shouldn't have been criticizing. It's yourself. It's yourself. Because now you feel like the man in which you mocked, the man who was out there screaming high and loud about how we need to change in the ways in which we move, how we need to have more heart for one another and care for each other and stop being separated. Unity is key. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm thankful that life don't taught me what it don't taught me. But through it teaching me, I'm hoping that life don't taught y'all, because not only are you seeing what I don't went through, I'm starting to see what y'all are going through. So it ain't something that you can say you don't understand now, because you vividly see clear exactly what I'm talking about. You don't took a loss in the most critical manner in which you never thought you would take, only because you thought that you couldn't take this loss. And now you starting to realize I can take this loss. I can take that loss. I better humble myself. Humble yourselves. I've been trying to tell y'all for the past 15 years, and I ain't number 30. But I was 15 when I started waking up to the truth and the honesty of God's geometry and pushing it to the best of my ability, even with my daddy there or whether he wasn't. The fact is, I started realizing that I was going into something that I felt like I needed to be. You feel me? It wasn't something that I felt like through my own mentality I need to be. It was something I felt like God needed for me to be. So a long time ago, I stopped thinking for myself. Started thinking for the highest creation of all creator. Highest creator of all creations, because I felt like this ain't my will in this planet, on this planet. It ain't my will to do things the way I want to be done, because let me tell you something. If I put things in my will, you got to understand that we ain't nothing but humans. So sometimes the things that we put in our will ain't good for us. You understand what I'm saying? It's in your will to go back and get back at the person who caused you hell and high water. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is something that you instill within yourself. It's in your will to get back at them. Me personally, nah. If you do something to me, you cross the line with me, the old me would want to do something to you so bad. You feel me? But now that I realize that my will ain't the will of myself, it's the will of God. Now I can't move off that energy. Why? Because it ain't God's will for me to lower myself to standards, to do something to make it feel like this is for me. That's emotion. You pissing me off ain't nothing but emotion. You making me upset. You making me feel like I'm about to break the wall. I want to cry. All these things ain't nothing but emotions. Even if you make me happy, it ain't nothing but emotion. But the will, you feel me? A will is an action. And what you take that's manifested from your past to your present, and from your present to your future. Most of us have a will. And my will, I know my will. My will is to not stop going hard for what I believe in, for what I know is true, for what I know is right. My will is to stand up when nobody else will stand up. My will is to be loud. What it say in the Bible? Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, cry loud, spare not, and tell thy people their transgressions. I'm not about to sit and be quiet. You feel me? I'm not about to sit and be silent about nothing that I see ain't fit for our people. I'm not just about to keep getting on my Facebook while all of y'all are happy-go-lucky about the trials and the tribulations that we going through in life. And at the end of the day, you feel like because you got past that, when it's time to celebrate, not realizing that we still got more trials and more tribulations to come. Most people who say that they grown in reality ain't even woke up mentally to the point where they have been elevated spiritually to the point where they say they have grew in those areas. So physically, yes, you've grown, but mentally you still act like a child. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't elevated to that point where you want to change. Most of y'all ain't looked in the mirror and experienced pain to where you know that you done lost somebody or something that you can't get back. You ain't looked in that mirror and experienced pain knowing that you put yourself in a predicament that you wish and regret that you never did. But until you do, until you looking in the mirror and you're now dropping tears, you're experiencing and feeling this pain that come from within, because you realize this ain't what you really wanted to do. This ain't where you really want to be. It's somewhere that your mind, you know what I'm saying, your mind, put your physical. Because some of y'all ain't elevated yet. You ain't grown yet. You feel me? Some of y'all still in the stages of being a bud. You ain't ready to be a beautiful, you know what I mean? Whatever type of plant, whatever type of flower that you really need to be. You ain't graduated to want to be a part of that next stage and that next level of life yet. So it really traumatized me to know that a lot of y'all in this time frame are just wanting to celebrate. What are we celebrating? The loss of life? What are we celebrating? Trials and tribulations? What are we celebrating? Our lust, our wants, and not our needs? What are we celebrating? Being at the bottom? Perishing for lack of knowledge? I know a little bit of people only gonna listen to what I'm speaking of. Just a little bit. Because the masses is really focused on bullshit. The masses of y'all is focused on these stimulus checks. The masses of y'all is focused on the dollar, which is losing value. The masses of y'all is focused on what man can do for you, how man can help you, how they can upgrade your living standards. You focus on materialistic value. You focused on your next newest car, the newest drop on the shoes. I'm focused on God. I'm focused on life for our people and our children. I'm focused on elevation of the mental, the physical, and the spiritual. You feel me? So y'all focus is not, you know what I mean? It's neither here nor there with me. I really don't give a damn about those focuses. I give a damn about the fact that I know there's a creator that's shutting down this earth. Y'all ain't understanding the Bible say the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. It also say for Jacob I have loved and Esau I've hated. You understand what I'm saying? It also say that the ending of Esau, Edom, Jacob is the beginning that follow. Y'all ain't understanding. I've been telling black people for the longest amount of time, get your house in order. He ain't telling you to get your house in order because God coming to smite the mighty smiters. Nah, because he can smite you at any point and get any given time. But I'm telling you to get your house in order because it say in the Bible that we got next. Not even just in the Bible, it say through biblical prophecy that we got next. It also say in reality that we got next. Black people, you never had the cars that you have. We got next. You never had the money in which you starting to get. We got next. You never seen people starting to have to pay back for the recompense and all the motherfucking karma in which they instill within their own souls against us to keep us at the bottom. They don't understand that, you know what I'm saying? God elevating us. You understand what I'm saying? It's in the Bible that God will prepare a table in the presence before you in the presence of your enemy. You feel me? And what's going on? You feel me? They don't came out with the vaccines. They don't came out with all these type of things. Population control plan, parenthood, eugenics, genocide, all this. And we still thriving. We babies, kids. We don't die. We multiply. The Bible says be fruitful and multiply. I know y'all getting mad because your baby daddy over here sleeping with this woman, sleeping with that woman. Your baby mama sleeping with this man, sleeping with that man. But at the end of the day, y'all ain't understanding. We just doing the will of the Most High, creator of all creation. Though your babies don't know the lifestyle in which you live, they know the lifestyle in which God gonna allow them to live. So at the end of the day, you can do what you do, but just realize that whatever you do, you better do it to the best of your ability in the most positive manner because you got the Father watching you at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? And he ain't playing no more because you starting to see politicians and whoever the hell think that they gonna get past this virus be broke. You listening to the CDC and everybody talk about impending doom. I ain't trying to be funny. They know that America is going to hell. You understand what I'm saying? They know that America, Sodom and Gomorrah, what you would call Babylon the Great, this shit will no longer be the motherfucking prison for the so-called children of God. It'll no longer be the prison or the penitentiary that's built for Israelites, for most so-called black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans, shit like that. I ain't trying to be funny, y'all, but y'all ain't know, if you ain't on what I'm speaking on, you might want to go hop on that bullshit that everybody else been talking about with the baby and all these rappers and all that other shit. I'm on here speaking about Exodus 1 and 7. Got on my Facebook last night talking about DMX, Exodus 17. Even when you put up Exodus 17 and you go into that, it was talking about water from the rock in Exodus 17. You understand what I'm saying? Where the Israelites will leave the desert of sin. You understand what I'm saying? But even if you go on Exodus 1 and 7, I ain't trying to be funny. It said that we was going to be multiplying out here. We was going to be fruitful out here. There was going to be many of us out here. Exodus, when you go back into the Lion King, I think about exile when Simba exiled Kofu. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny, but when the rightful king is in place, those who feel as if they in control, who feel as if they run and they own this or that, You feel me? Who feel like they ordained by God. They getting they luxuries. They getting they prized possessions. They getting their territories. They getting their properties. They getting their rights. They getting a lot of shit took away from them. And this ain't because of the governmental system. This because God. Y'all ain't paying attention. The Big Daddy don't step in and he's starting to show himself. You understand what I'm saying? But he ain't say he was going to come back like he did in the physical body when he was here before. Nah, God said, I'm going to come back in spirit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to come back and you going to know that I'm here. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't know. God checking folk. You see your cousin out there doing all these negative activities, being involved in bullshit, and then all of a sudden you see your favorite cousin be slain out here, be shot down, be killed. I ain't trying to be funny. God is checking, folks. You see these white people who think they gonna keep getting away with killing black people. You see them all over the news smiling so high and proud and mighty, thinking that, you know, it's all right. You know, the earth is giving it to the hands of the wicked. God bless us to be over them. And I ain't trying to be funny. God is starting to let them know how I feel to be a black man in America. God's starting to let these white people know how I feel to be locked up. He's starting to let these white people know how I feel to watch your sister, your daughter, your son, your grandson, whoever get killed in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? God is starting to wake y'all up. But take heed, people. I ain't on my Facebook Live wasting energy, time, and breath for nothing. I'm on my Facebook Live telling the truth and honesty of God's geometry. And if you don't like it, you're only one of those entities of spirit that at the end of the day, 2/3 of y'all gotta go. So if you still being rebellious against your maker, your creator, then at the end of the day, you gotta be smited out here. You got to be knocked off. And it ain't gonna be by the hands of man. It's gonna be by the worker and the will of the Most High. You're going to be put in a predicament or a situation, or you understand what I'm saying, where you lose your life. And I ain't trying to be funny. Anybody who lose their life in the day and age of right now, after April the 4th, after the Passover, after DMX had his heart attack, if you lose your life, then that means that you was working against the will of the Most High at the end of the day. You were being one of those evil heathens out here. You were like the heathen that go into the forest and cut down a tree and deck it with gold and bring it back into your house, and you deck it with gold and silver. And in order for you to put presents around this tree like y'all do on Christmas, it's for you to go get this tree, cut it down, buy it out the store, deck it with gold and silver, because that's the only way presents going into your house for you, so you can say that your children had a good Christmas, celebrating pagan holidays. You go talk about Thanksgiving when it's really Thanksgiving, when all of these foreigners, you understand what I'm saying? All these people who are foreign to our land came over here and basically killed us, robbed us of our land, robbed us of our culture, robbed us of our traditions, robbed us of our heritage, robbed us of God, our God. Damn that. I can't keep getting on my Facebook Live acting as if white people, it's going to be okay. You have not paid for what you have done to God's people. And he already said in the Bible that God people weren't going to repay you. We ain't even got the heart to do that. That's why I said about for Jacob I have loved, Esau I hated. God already knew we was going to be a righteous people. We was going to let y'all run over us and take our lands and think that y'all claimed and owned everything and everything, because we was, you know what I mean? It was our curse. But those curses, that curse, 400 years of slave is over. After the great conjunction that happened, it was over. And after Passover, after DMX just had this heart attack, I ain't understand. He got Exodus 1:7 on his neck. I ain't trying to be funny. His name is Earl. Go study etymology. You understand what I'm saying? Study and show thyself approval. Study astrology. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be funny, but we can go on to etymology, astrology, or theology, however you want to do it. But we supposed to be studying and showing ourselves approval. You understand what I'm saying? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You feel me? So we can't repay back these individuals, because at the end of the day, God made them as the sword. The military, they got the military, they got all this shit. And though you see us standing in so-called unity and black power and all this other shit, God know we ain't ready. So God got to come back and repay them. God shutting down they builders and they big businesses where they set their nest on high to look down on his children. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, don't feel bad. Don't they want to ask for prayers. You understand what I'm saying? For politicians, prayers for the shootings that's happening on the Capitol, prayers. Like, I ain't trying to be funny. How long have black people been asking for prayers in our communities for the black on black gun violence? How long have we been asking for prayers for the blue on black gun violence? How long have we been asking for the white on black gun violence? How long have we been asking for prayers wondering if our black dollars matter? You burnt down Black Wall Streets. You took all of us off of our land as shareholders. You feel me? Made us tenants. You feel me? So I'm just on my live venting on a real note about the truth and honesty of guys. You know what I'm saying? Whether y'all lost or not, it's time. It's that time where y'all need to wake the hell up. Because if you don't, then I ain't trying to be funny, man. You're going to die a second death. The Bible say let the dead bury the dead. If you're spiritually dead, then the only thing you waiting on right now in present day history is your physical death. You're waiting on your physical death, and you're going to meet your maker. The only thing is the maker that you're going to be meeting is burning in the lake of fire. That ain't the maker that you want to meet at the end of the day if you think about it on a deep scale. But some of y'all are prepared or preparing yourself just for that cause. So when a lot of y'all look at these movies, you look at the news, you look at programs in churches, a lot of stuff is scripted. Just know that your life is scripted. The way you play your part is scripted. And as long as you keep living your life in that negative aspect, it's going to be scripted for you to go exactly where you need to go. But if you change, you feel me? Got time. Peace and love, peace and blessings to the kings, the queens, the guys that choose to view this live. Before I get up off this live, I like to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Kah Halal, Yahweh Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah Ba Hashem, Kakadash, and Abba Babal.